So I'm just going to give you some explanation about what needs to be done. So there were you, so first you were supposed to do two programs, one for the clockwise direction and the other for the counterclockwise direction. So this seems to be your program for the clockwise direction, which is good. You use the variables, you try to calculate the rotation, that's fine. But every time you do that, it would be better that you actually write how much the robot travels. So you say robot will travel 52 centimeters forward. So that's the whole purpose of the program, and it's important to even understand this. So I hope you understood this variable program where you put the distance in, you read the variable, it automatically divides by 7.6 and gives you the rotation, which is good. You can use this program again and again. Now here there seems to be confusion. We've gone through this several times. Okay, this means the robot is going to take a turn to the right. This is the speed at which it's going to do it. This has nothing to do with how the robot, what angle it's going to move. This just tells the robot how many degrees the motors will move. It has nothing to do with the turn, and I think you need to completely forget this because you have done this um, earlier too. So again, we need to use the gyro. So here is the triangle. It's your robot is moving here, and you want to create an outer angle of 150 that will give you an inner angle of 30 here. So the way you do it is, again, you have to use the gyro. And how do we do that? So you don't use this for degrees, you keep it on. So you're keeping these motors to be on at the speed of 35, and the motors actually wait for something to happen. Now before we do that, we have to tell the gyro you need to reset. So we take the gyro block. Now you could do this at any point before you ask the gyro to turn. So you have to reset the gyro, so that will put it to 0 degrees, and then you have to pause it. So you pause it, maybe you can use 0.3, 0.1, whatever you like. So again, so now the gyro is 0, the motors are turning to the right at the speed of 35, till what happens? Till the gyro reads positive 30. So gyro compare angle, and this is less than, so you have to do more than or equal to 150, which will give you an inner angle. So think about this, there's a line, the robot is moving from here, it is moving here, so this angle will be 150 and this will be 30, so it will create an inner angle of 30. So the motors are moving to the right. As soon as they detect the angle that has gone to 150, then you need to give it a command. Okay, what am I supposed to do? The EV3 is asking you. We're going to off the motors. Great, the motors are off. So now remember, this has created a gyro lag. So there's a gyro lag. So instead of 150, it has gone to maybe 154. So the inner angle of, instead of being 30, it's maybe 26. So you need to recorrect that. So now we are going to ask the robot to move in the opposite direction. Okay, so we move the robot to the opposite direction. So instead of 100, you say minus 100, so to the left. You don't use the speed so fast. You'll use a speed usually of 3, because if you use a very fast speed, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to create a lag in the opposite direction. Now you want to tell the robot, okay, keep moving until you detect equal to 150 degrees. And then of course you want to stop it. So you're going to stop the motors after that. Even between the corrections, I would usually like to pause it. So now again, let's understand this very carefully, because this is where we don't want to make mistakes. The gyro, to put the robot, to make it move in an angle, you have to first, the gyro has to reset. Then you pause it, because if you don't pause it, it's going to create the, it's not going to do what it's supposed to do. Then it turns to the right at the speed of 35, and you put it on. Again, what you've been doing all the time is you've been doing degrees, and these degrees have nothing to do with how the robot moves. Just forget that degrees right now. Keep it on until something happens, until the gyro reads 150. So it is reads 150, the motor stop, there is a pause of 0.3, and there is a gyro lag. Then you make the motors turn to the left till it is 150. Motor stop. Again, same problem. You need to write the distance. Okay, distance traveled, so you need to correct all these things. And then same mistakes you made here. I know now you made the robot move this side, and then you wanted to turn at an inner angle of 60. Again, same thing. This has nothing to do with the degrees, so correct that. Every step you're going to make it travel 30 centimeters, and then it has to turn right 90 degrees. But again, same problem. So again, you can't just write here, you have to write how much the robot travels. So you have to correct all these steps. So that's one thing. But where's your program for counterclockwise direction? But the robot will start, let's say it starts here. So clockwise means it is moving this way, right? It is moving as the clock moves. Counterclockwise means it is moving in the opposite way. Okay, so the robot will move here. Let's say it starts here, it moves 30 centimeters. The gyro, instead of positive 120, it will move negative 120, because remember, when the gyro moves to the left, when the robot moves to the left, this gyro measures negative angles. So it will be negative 120, move 60 centimeters forward, then it will be negative 150, move 52 centimeters, then it will be negative 90, and it will come back at the same position. So again, correct these, what you have done wrong in this program, and send me another program. So name this clockwise direction, and then send me another program where the robot moves in the counterclockwise position. Okay.